I'm standing here with New Hampshire State Rep John Burt, and you've got something on your mind with regard to gun laws in New Hampshire. What's that?
I do, Dave. What concerned me is we passed 5 bills out of the House for pro-gun, and unfortunately the Senate kills every one of them. They don't literally kill it, but they table it. And in order to get it off a table, you got to have 2/3 vote. Well, they aren't going to get 2/3 vote, so basically it's killed.
Yeah.
And that's just a big concern of mine, you know, because I'm a huge Second Amendment fan.
What is the argument that they're giving for tabling these?
They don't give any argument. That's what's disturbing. You know, I sat up in the gallery in the Senate, they just said we're going to table it, and that's it. Bang.
Any kind of idea what their motive might be?
I think they're looking at votes, I think is the biggest thing. But to me, the majority of the voters want these protections of these gun bills. You know, like the expanded castle doctrine, the right to bear an arm. If a bad person comes up to you, you know, you can, you know, pull your shirt to the side and say, look, please leave me alone. I will protect myself and I'll protect my family.
Yeah.
And that's what these bills were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And one did get passed through, and then Lynch vetoes it. You know, and we're going to override that one.
Good. Well, if they're looking for votes, can you think of a way, we're looking kind of for a win-win solution here, a way that the senators can get their votes and you can get your gun bill?
Well, the only way I can see to get our gun bills is to vote pro-liberty Second Amendment senators in. They say they are, and I really believe they are, a lot of them are. But when it comes to push shove, they won't stand up for what's right.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of our new state reps will. And I think that's what we have to do, is just look at, you know, how do we get these senators out, and the new senators that are going to come in say, look, where are you on this situation, you know, the pro-guns, you know, and the other free, you know, the pro-liberty bills that I support.
But if you say you're stuck with these guys for another 4 years, basically the same crowd, can you think of anything that you can offer them, or that will make will make the bills go through without being diluted? Anything that will let both sides come out ahead?
Well, I think the other thing that's going to be bothering is Lynch is going to veto most of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the senators look at, so they don't want the attention. I think if we had a different governor, so 12's coming. So I think if we could get a Republican, you know, or pro-liberty governor in there,
yeah,
I think that would help a lot. And I think the senators would maybe be more at ease to let some of these bills float through.
Yeah. Well, I know that, you know, some of like the Alaska carry stuff has been probably pretty well vetted, and probably
yes.
The Castle Doctrine is probably, I'm hoping it's been pretty well vetted.
Yeah.
I still get so suspicious when I see people wanting to pass new laws instead of repealing something. Wasn't there a way this could have been done as some repeals?
I think it could have been. You know, I'm a huge supporter of the Vermont law, which is no law.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I grew up. And, you know, I just remember bringing a gun to school because that's what we did. You know,
right.
We put it in our locker, locked the locker, and the principal says put the guns in the bottom, and we had a second shelf up top, put the bullets up there. Nobody ever said anything. There wasn't any trouble. That's the biggest thing, is it isn't the guns that are the scary part, it's the nut that's carrying them. You know,
yeah.
if you know, the bad guys, when they have them, that's what the scary part is.
Right.
You know, when just regular folk carry them, hey, there's no problems.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do out there, see what happens.
Yeah, well, if you can come up and help rally on the gun bills, you know, I would appreciate it, because like I said, I'm a big Second Amendment fan.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've learned the hard way to be very cautious about supporting any bill, unless it's just a pure repeal, maybe. But I always find there's something in the fine print, you know, and you're probably running into that a lot more than I am.
Oh, yeah. Well, one is, I don't know if we have time, is the videotaping. I'm a little concerned about the HB 145.
Yeah, me too.
You know, because right now you can videotape somebody and they can't stop you. The way the new bill is coming, I haven't seen the end result, but it says if the policeman says please stop video and audio taping me, you have to. Well, then there's a law saying you can't videotape.
Yeah.
And you know, to me, I think you should be able to videotape anybody you want, especially on public.
Yeah. All right, thanks, John.
All right, well,
See
thank
what
you,
happens
Dave.
out there.
Yeah.